Grimm's Fairy Tales, retold in one-syllable words by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. Chapter 12. The Three Spinners. There was once a pretty girl who did not like to spin, and her mother could not force her to do it, try as she might. At last her mother grew so cross that she struck the girl, and she set up in a loud cry that could be heard in the street. Just then the queen went by, and when she heard the girl scream she stopped and asked the mother why she beat her girl so hard. The mother did not like to tell her that the girl would not spin, so she said, "I whip her because she will not cease to spin. She is always at the wheel, and we are too poor to buy flax for her." "I like to hear the wheel hum," said the queen. "Let her go with me to my castle. I have lots of flax, and she can spin all she wants to." The mother was pleased with this plan, and the girl went with the queen. When she reached the castle, the queen took her to 3 rooms full of flax, and said, "Spin this flax, and when it's done you shall be the bride of my son, the prince." The girl was in a fright, for she knew she could not spin the flax in her lifetime, even if she worked day and night. As soon as the queen left her, she began to weep, and she kept this up for 3 days. On the 3rd day the queen came in, and knew not what to think when she found that the girl had not spun as much as 1 thread. But the girl made a plea that she had felt so sad to leave her home that she could not work. The queen was pleased that she loved her home, but she must now begin to work. When the girl was alone, she knew not what to do. She went to the window, and there she saw 3 women. The first one had a broad, flat foot, the next one had a large lip, and the third had a broad thumb. They asked her what was the matter, and she told them. They said they would help her if she would ask them to her feast on the day she was to wed the prince, call them her aunts, and let them sit at her table. "With all my heart," said the girl. "Come in and begin the work at once." She let the strange women in, and they began to spin. One drew the thread, and one worked the wheel with her foot. Another one wet the thread, while the third twisted it with her thumb. They had soon spun all the flax in the 3 rooms, and then went their ways. When the queen found the flax all spun, she set the day for the wedding. The girl asked if her 3 aunts might come, and the queen said they might. So on the day of the feast the 3 women came, dressed in fine clothes. When the prince saw them, he said, "Oh, how came you to have such ugly aunts?" He went up to the one with the broad foot and asked, "Why have you so broad a foot?" "From threading the wheel," she said. "Why have you so big a lip?" he asked the next one. "From licking the thread," she said. "And why is your thumb so large?" he asked the third one. "From twisting the thread," she said. The young prince then said that his pretty bride from henceforth must not touch a spinning wheel. This was the girl's reward for having kept her word. End of chapter 12. The 3 Spinners.